Hello and welcome to the Somatic Movement and Mindset podcast with me, clinical somatic educator and founder of Total Somatics, Heidi Hadley. The Somatic Movement and Mindset podcast has been designed to help you gain a deeper understanding to how your mind and body work. You will learn about your amazing mind and body and why over time you can feel pain, recurring injuries and poor posture. Within this podcast, I will teach you why this doesn't have to be your future or the norm for you. Would you like to learn how to reduce pain, move freely, and gain a new lease of life? Let's get started. Hello and welcome back. Now, just before we get started, if you're watching this on the Total Somatics YouTube channel, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and press the notification bell. So every time a new episode is released, you're the very first to find out. Also, for this podcast series, I'm taking extracts from a recent online event that I held. So if you get the opportunity to watch it on the Total Somatics YouTube channel, you'll be able to appreciate the slides that I share within this workshop. But today's episode, what we're going to start to look at is how we can create a flexible nervous system. It's so important to create that flexible nervous system. Now, within this episode, I'm going to be referring to something called a 33-minute movement session. If you would like to enjoy that 33-minute movement session, it's completely free. All you need to do is go to totalsomatics.com/gift. That's totalsomatics.com/gift. So enjoy this episode and enjoy the free gift. And now, in particular, the green and the red light reflex are those instinctive stress behavioral patterns. The trauma is like an adaptation and through habits. But these particular ones, red and the green, are what show up with our personality response. Now, if we don't regulate them, and that's why I've put this little thermostat just here, this is our regulation. We want to learn regulation strategies to ensure that we have this ability to go in and out of the reflexes. And this is why that 33-minute movement session is so important to do. It's teaching your nervous system to experience both ends of the spectrum, but also then coming back and finding and feeling and sensing where neutral truly is. Because every time you come back to your start point or come back to neutral with that 33-minute movement session, we are resetting your nervous system. We are working on your internal thermostat, as it were. Now, this is why I want us to consider, I've already alluded to it, but can you see these variety of emotions here? If we're a green lighter, this is where, and it can be the red actually as well, either way, you can find the anger response comes up. So if you've got somebody that's on the go, hyper arousal, go, 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 they get hypersensitive. They hear things and they interpret and perceive things through this impending danger lens. Because remember, your nervous system in a green light is looking for danger. And so you get reactive rather than responsive to situations. So people will flare up, they'll get snappy. You've got road rage, all those sorts of incidences. That's when people are just living on that high level of adrenaline and then not teaching their nervous system to regulate and wind down. Likewise, the same here. When we look at this one here, this is multitasking. We now know through neuroscience that multitasking is not an efficient way to work. Your brain is much better at focusing on one task, fully sorting that one out and then moving on to the next one. When we multitask, it's exhausting. It's really not an effective way to use our brain power, and it creates a lot more stress and anxiety on our internal system. So again, it's about looking at mindful approaches to how we start to take care of our internal world so that we can be the best that we are each day for ourselves and for everybody else. And then here, just these two at the bottom. Again, green lighters, we can get it with the red as well, but I just want to share this because over the years, people, in recent years when there's things like pandemics, people have just been working on nervous energy, fearful of maybe losing a job or building a second income on the side of their job because of fear, lots of different fear belief systems. And it gets to a point that you hit burnout if you're not careful. And so this is why what can happen is you can just go, 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 and it can only last so long. And your nervous system says, I've had enough, we need to shut down. And that's why I don't want us to feel like we have to get to that point. That's why these these workshops are about you identifying your patterns of behavior, but not just that, me giving you things to implement, because you can take in all the knowledge, but unless we actually implement and we embody these practices, we will just keep living in a green light state of cognizing, just problem solving, but not actually doing a software reset. So it's so important that we do this. And again, finally, on that, when we look at the green light, you react so much that you can say some very insulting, aggressive things that can't be taken back once that's happened. So can you see it's so important for different dynamics, for relationship dynamics, that we encourage ourselves to come back to learning how to regulate our nervous system. And then we have here the tears and the sadness, that anxiety and depression. And look at this. Can you see that red light reflex there? That going in, just like here, we're going into more of that fetal. It's that protective setup. In this, if you consider it, the red light is about going into a fetal position because we want to protect our vital organs. When we go as small as possible, it is about protection, survival. And so the tears, the emotions, if we're not managing that, that's what starts to show up. Our resilience starts to kind of get worn down after a while because we're just pushing so much on top of us. And yet these emotions can come up when we're doing our practice. When they come up then, as I said, remember, just observe them. Don't overanalyze them. Let them come out. Because either way, we're wanting to release, let all of this go. The more we allow for this emotional release, it's actually just going to free up, drop a lot of that energy and that stored emotion that we've had. And it gives our brain the opportunity to use more of the front part of our brain, which is our focus, awareness, concentration, decision-making, emotional intelligence, executive functioning. This is where we want to live, in the front. We make our decisions here. Whereas when we live in these stress patterns, we're living in that primitive part of our brain, the limbic system, which is just the reactiveness. We want to be responding. And when we're responding, that means we're noticing ourselves and how we're interacting in life, but also just, again, much more careful of our health and well-being as we move forward. So I hope you enjoyed that episode there, as we started to delve a little bit more into creating that flexible nervous system. And also, don't forget to go to totalsomatics.com/gift to experience and enjoy that 33-minute movement session. And if you're watching this on the Total Somatics YouTube channel, I would love to hear your thoughts, not only about this episode, but about that 33-minute movement session. What really shifted for you? Because that movement session has been incredibly amazing for so many people. I've heard such wonderful results and reports from people globally, and I'd love to hear from you too. So also, in the meantime, if you want to join the Total Somatics membership, if you go to totalsomatics.com, and then click on the Join Now page, you can actually leave your details there in the little box. And the next time we open the membership doors, you'll be the very first to find out. However, in the meantime, if you want to get started and add on to that 33-minute movement session, if you go to totalsomatics.com, click on the shop page, and there you will find even more details. You'll find workshops that delve even deeper so that you can start to understand even more so how beneficial that 33-minute movement session is. So until next time, enjoy the free gift, enjoy just, again, all this information, and I will see you very soon. All my love. Bye.
Thank you for joining me today. If you've enjoyed this episode, please leave a rating and also forward this on to somebody you know will benefit. To learn more about pain relief, plus how to improve your health and well-being, go to totalsomatics.com. Until next time, take care.